So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. Dak can throw it here on first down. This one intercepted. Picked off by Deontay Banks. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown.
And after that promising drive, Mike, just a really disappointing end. I mean, everything was going so well. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection, and then he just gets a little too aggressive with the decision-making, and it can turn around in a snap.
Now, Gano for the extra point. The kick is good, so add one more. It will take a first-half lead into the locker room.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. It's our second week in studio, second week of the NFL season. Lots to get to, so let's get after it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. At Lambeau Field in Green Bay, the Packers at home to take on the Commanders. And it's the second-year signal caller, Jaden Daniels. A touchdown pass from 15 yards away. The Commanders even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. Meanwhile, let's check in on the Dolphins as they play host to the New England Patriots. And it's Tua. He gets this one complete, 6-yard touchdown pass. This one's gone to the half. We're all tied up at 7 apiece. Lastly, let's go over to MetLife Stadium. The Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. And this is Joshua Palmer. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. A 55-yard touchdown. This one's at halftime with the Bills trying to bounce back from a Week 1 loss. They lead at the half. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here's Turpin. Crazy. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. But Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release. The draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind. Interested to see how they fit the league as this season gets going.
Yeah, obviously, so much attention around the quarterback position. Cam Ward goes number 1, and then obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit. I think you look at Ashton Jensen. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run play good defense. This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took when he took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their first-round pick.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, the Heisman winner, Colorado, great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful players? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league favors the offense with the rules and the play style. So if I'm Jacksonville, I'm making Travis Hunter a defensive back on day one, and then I'm going to package my offensive plays around his skill set to take advantage of him as a wide receiver. And then as time goes on, it will eventually unfold where he'll be able to have a role on both sides of the ball more consistently. But if I was in Jacksonville, that's what I would do. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how fast and how big of a role on both sides they give Hunter early in his rookie year. Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped with no gain.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. The rookie from Ole Miss put that one on target for the first down. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here is Dart. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
17 yards.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here comes Dart. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
He was defended by
To the air once more is Dart. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. So now then, 1st and goal from the 1. Tracy. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. Back up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal. At the Cowboys.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Back at the 6-yard line.
He'll try to throw it, and here's Dart. That is hard. What a job to keep the play alive. Wan'Dale Robinson.
New York.
Touchdown, New York. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. Extra point by Gano is up and good. The Giants have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game.
Gano to kick off for New York.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line. after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference that when I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I bail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes! Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. Into the hands of Pickens. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short first. It'll bring up 4th down. Yeah, here we go. Prescott now. Rush to his left, and that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs. On the give, it's Tracy. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Dart. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Rayshawn Jenkins. And he tacks on a nice return to boot. He'll get this all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At their own 40-yard line.
First carry now for Jaden Blue. Not much happening there. Just a short game.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd
From
and
41.
9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Prescott. He'll let this go for Pickens. That's hard. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for a Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the
A first down throw for Prescott. He'll step up and run this. And he'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Back to throw is Prescott. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Go play action. It's Prescott. That one taken in. Middle of the end zone. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. That is first touchdown of the new year. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. And this one
The Giants
sent
take
all the way over the
first
back
and 10.
line. No fun of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Throwing is Dart. Again, working deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
To the air on 2nd down. Dart flush to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. On play action, it is Dart on the move left. He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one's incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
The Giants sending out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. So, Greg, the home opener after... On the road, I know you've said it, but there's a different satisfaction for a team to go on the road and get a win. So it's got to feel good to start your home season at 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves to play week one at home. The fans are into it. Hope and the optimism of the season is at an all-time high. It doesn't always go that way. So they go on the road and they get a win. So now expectations coming back to your home field, your home crowd. Now everyone's really juiced up. So this is going to be a great environment, a great week 2 opportunity for them to not only start 2-0, but to get to 1-0 at home.
2nd and 6 coming up. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
First down.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. Open man down the field, it's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 28.
Again, Prescott to the air. That's into the hands of Jaden Blue. And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up the 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. To the air again. Prescott.
23-yard line.
He's got it at about the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
That's another Cowboys.
Here we go.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Scott again. Broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
To 2nd and goal.
They'll throw again. Dak. Moving left. And
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point.
here's Dak to throw. Oh,
Right call. I know it didn't necessarily work out for them in this case, but with this little amount of time left, try to end the game in regulation. Don't force this thing to overtime. They get that 2-point. Barring a miracle, they win. They end up coming up short, but I still think it's...
and this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a 1-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Here's 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. So a road win here for the Giants. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.
What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
name existed forever, means victory, helper. Whole name means protector, shortened it by 2 letters, without the IR at the end. The reincarnated Gil Scott living in the again. The World Cup in Moscow with a blonde who's a 10. Pen when I speak is like a lottery win. Quote my total, multi-mogul, so fly I can walk in any spot, every be soaking from a time when was stronger. Today's streets are calmer. They used to kill for shade sneaks and bombers. My name existed forever before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing to gain by assuming, I'ma say the definition of my name, the truest. I shocked them like real prop. Creek with baddies and sequence dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision while I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop something.
What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
DNA of King James, kin of St. Michael. Polygamous minded, 7 wives on ridiculous timing. They always share the same title. That be the talk. That's foul like a stop in Frisk, New York. At 20, I said I better quit by 30 than by 30. I thought by 40 rapping is corny. How wrong was I? Never would have thought that 50 new songs by Nas would be hard to live. I leave them scared like when they hear their name called, but ain't nobody there. The definition of my name probably started where I rode the E-train, fingers covered in ink stains. Writing was like an escape excited, leave the beat flame. It was Rod, Kane, Coogee, and Chris. Few names like Cool James, Face, Cube, and Rick. That was musically sick, successful and unnatural. I throw they songs in a cyanide capsule. The truth is poison to any fraud. Demigod, rocking suits and shoes, going against any odds. How could you hate me? I survived the 80s, the D's, the trauma, embalming fluid and laced. Inhale fumes from a stove up. The show's booked up. I chose to take the world over. Look up.
What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Hey yo, 30 years later, Illmatic was dropped. Yeah, man, what the am I doing?
Hey yo, Prince, chill. I got the rhymes, you got the beats.
Alright.
30 years later, we back in the streets, we back in the lab.
Alright then. Let's go, Nas.
It's time. It's album time. Yeah.
It's time.
It's time. Black is time.
Premiere album still gonna happen.
I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan. I just went to
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
First known as the Meadowlands, EA Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. On the Kansas City sideline, a familiar face, Andy Reid. His team at 0-2 facing an important game already. On the other side is Giants head coach Brian Daboll. His team off to the opposite start, 2-0, and they are at home seeking a third straight win. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. It's Graham Gano to get this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. So here come the Chiefs, and that means the 3-time Super Bowl MVP, twice the league MVP. Almost hard to believe, Greg, it's season 9 for Patrick Mahomes.
It's fair to say this season hasn't gotten off to the type of start they likely envisioned for themselves, but it's still early. A win here, it could go a long way towards changing the trajectory of this entire season. But what's going to make this even more difficult today, not only the worthy opponent that they face, but having to go on the road and do it here in a hostile environment. If he is able to lead his team to a win today, I think that gives them the spark to turn this season around. A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Now the New Jersey native who played his college ball at Rutgers, it's Isaiah Pacheco. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They're down and 3. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
First down,
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
there defensively.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. The RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And the Chiefs are going to have it 1st and goal. They'll take this one down to about the 3-yard line.
For 2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass. And I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to...
And he'll take it on in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC. His first touchdown of the new campaign. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're let out by the first-round pick in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, this team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
He's going to try it here again. Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. There are 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he'll work this down inside to a 35. Paulson Adebo is there to make the play.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Gray is the motion man here. Now the former Russian champ, it's Kareem Hunt. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's a toss to Pacheco. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Chiefs on top, or from MetLife Stadium after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long, as we are ready to get back underway. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And this ball's going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down.
There defensively.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of that one. Ball's incomplete. On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will extend to a 10-0 lead. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. A handoff to Pacheco. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and best. Might have even lost a yard there. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now, Mahomes. A throw there on 2nd down. Going to be incomplete. It is 3rd and long.
Good coverage by Andrew Phillips.
Throwing is Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend to a 10-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. Like you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He'll start at the 4. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Giants offense ready for their 2nd possession. Hey, Greg, no one better than you to talk about the rookie crop of tight ends, especially at the top. A couple of guys who have Midwest ties, played in the Big Ten, now find themselves in the Midwest, especially Colston Loveland, who's a Chicago Bear tight end.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Mike, when I watch Loveland play, when you look back and watch his tape from Michigan, there's 2 guys that play tight end in the NFL. There's the guy that you have to script open. He's going to catch flat routes and naked routes, and he's going to catch the easy ones, and he'll run after and get what he can. And then there's the guy